What's up, Triple Xers? Today I'm here to talk about the main differences between the Polaris Slingshot and the Vanderhall Speedster. I've had the Slingshot for a while, few years now, and recently just picked up the Vanderhall Speedster. And there are some very, very, very big differences between the two. I find both of these machines to be enjoyable, just in different ways. The main thing that stands out to me about the Vanderhall Speedster is the big bumping power, the front wheel drive, and the actual side exhaust that sound really good. But it's a very different machine from the Slingshot. It's a lot more comfortable. The suspension's a lot better. It's a lot lighter. It's about 400 pounds lighter, 1,300 versus 1,700. And you get just a much better machine overall. The build quality is just tenfold compared to the Slingshot. You get leather seats, wood grain steering wheel, and it is an automatic. So, yeah, for the manual guys out there, as of right now, they don't offer a manual, but it's a very good automatic. Very, very, very good. It's a 6-speed. Speaking of which, the engine of the Vanderhall Speedster is the GM 1.6 turbo Ecotec motor. It's a very good motor, and a machine this light is very, very, very torquey, and it has a lot of power. The 0 to 60 on this machine is reported to be about 4.5 seconds, but to me, and I haven't clocked it yet, I would say it feels a bit faster than that. I would probably put it somewhere in the low 4 seconds range, maybe about 4.1, maybe 4.2, maybe even 4.0. I'm not sure, but it definitely feels a bit faster than that compared to a lot of the cars that I've driven that perform in that range. Now, in comparison with the Slingshot, the important thing to remember is the Slingshot's a rear drive. It's manual transmission only as of right now. And the styling is polar opposite. You know, Slingshot almost kind of reminds me of kind of a Lotus style, a little bit of Lamborghini mixed in there. The Vanderhall is definitely retro, very old school, very Morgan-like. Definitely old school. With the Slingshot, the main advantages of the Slingshot compared to the Vanderhall will essentially be this. You get a manual transmission, you get rear-wheel drive if you like that, and it also carries 2 people as opposed to the Vanderhall only being a 1-seater in the Speedster format. Now, they do offer a Venice standard model that's a 2-seater, but that is a really, really, really tight cockpit fit for 2 people, and it's not really ideal. I wouldn't recommend anybody buy a Vanderhall regular Venice for 2 people. It's just too tight. I actually test rode one, and I like the color and the style of the extra cover on the side of the Speedster a lot more than the standard Venice, not to mention not having enough room for 2 people. But back to the Slingshot. Yes, manual and rear wheel drive for the purse that like that, the purists that like that. Also, it's very roomy for two people, and it has more storage. Those will essentially be the main things that stand out with the Slingshot. The build quality overall is inferior. It just doesn't quite stack up build quality wise to the Vanderhall, but it's still a lot of fun, but in a different way. It likes to rev, it likes to be wind out, as opposed to the Vanderhall, which likes to rev a little bit, but with that turbo, the torque kicks in pretty quick and you just kind of get launched back. Slingshot, you don't quite get that feeling. You have to work more for the power, but it's there. It's a really, really, really cool machine. I've had mine for going on 4 years now, and since they really first came out, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoy both. I mean, they're two very different, very, very, very different machines. And, it really comes down to like what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that you can take your lady or your son or daughter with, and you don't mind a manual transmission and you like rear wheel drive, then the Slingshot, being the cheaper vehicle, would probably be the way to go. However, if you want an automatic, you want more power, big power, and you also want a well-handling machine, then the Vanderhall would be the way to go. So these are my early initial thoughts. Part 1 of the Slingshot versus the Vanderhall. I will be offering up a second part and potentially a third part comparison of these two also. So in the meantime, this is Triple X out.